Where did you go to school?
But at like secondary school.
Yeah.
In Witham, in Rickstones.
So
Rickstones?
I hope you don't mind, but you're a wheelchair user, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're a wheelchair user. How was that going to school as a wheelchair user, and what was the acceptance like there?
It was an interesting one because, I mean, firstly, I couldn't go to my most local school because it wasn't accessible. So when I started secondary school, most of my friends from primary school weren't there, and like my older brother wasn't there because he's only like 3 years older than me, I think. So
Right.
he wasn't there either because I had to go to a school that was all on one level, and the other one didn't have a lift. And yeah, I think the main thing that affected me was obviously being kind of either the only one or one of very few, and being a bit of a guinea pig in a lot of ways, which then kind of extended into drama school. When I went to drama school, I was the only wheelchair user there at that time, and the first wheelchair user that had done a performance course at that drama school. So spent a lot of time being a guinea pig, and I was really lucky though to have some teachers there who really kind of supported me. Like I remember when I wanted to do GCSE dance, and the teachers went away and made sure that I could be examined properly and could do it, and made sure it was all put in place. So in that sense I was really lucky, but of course there were a lot of difficulties as well. Less to do with being a wheelchair user, but as I said, I wasn't at school loads because I think there was one year I had like 40% attendance or something because I was just out having operations a lot of the time. And as a kid you kind of come back and you're like, oh, everyone's got their friends. So I went through quite a lot of isolation and loneliness at times at school, and bullying and things like that happened and whatnot. But I always think the bits that affected me most was when people doubted me in the areas that I loved, like with theatre and dance and drama and all things like that, and people questioning whether I belonged in those settings because you can't dance, you're a wheelchair user, things like that. I remember that affected me more than kind of anything else, weirdly. And I think it's because I had that love and passion connected to it. So the rest I could kind of take and, dealt with it and, counselling and everything.
But do you know what, Amy Trigg, when people see your name in lights, those people that were your detractors, you must be laughing all the way because they didn't deserve your friendship in the first place. So, the fact that you have achieved to such a high level, they'll regret every second of their bullying, narcissistic behaviour.
Yeah, and I mean, it's interesting because I kind of